starts us off. Okay, so we have the Zoltan B. Rename. Alright, someday I'll actually come up with specific names for all the ships, but we'll go with glow sticks here because we have the Zoltans. You know what? In honor of a person I really do enjoy watching, Scott 1Z Wilson, we're going to call them the Jelly Babies. So, right, this is the Zoltan B. It's I'd probably average ship, not amazing, but not awful. We do have a broken shield system, so to speak. It costs 100 scrap to actually get the first shield bubble fully intact, but at least it starts with the system, unlike stealth ships. We do have level 2 engines, oxygen. We have 4 power already in our weapon system. We get a med bay, as of course we do with all A and B layouts. Piloting is a must, even have sensors and doors. We start with 3 Zoltans. Now, if you're not familiar with Zoltans, they actually operate as a reactor, powering the room that they are currently in. So if the room doesn't require any power, we're sort of wasting their greatest asset. It is both a blessing and a curse. You can do some really interesting things with preventing ion damage. So, like, if you put 2 in a shield room, you can prevent that shield from being ion down. You can do it similarly with a clone bay, if you're in, say, like a pulsar, to prevent respawning crew from dying. You can also steal power by running them into locked up systems, most notably things like cloaking, mind control, and hacking, and then effectively they power the system while it's on cooldown, and then you run them out of the room and they take that power with them. So the problem is they also have a tendency to depower rooms. In fact, I recently lost a run because of an ion room was being propped up by Zoltan. Once I moved the Zoltan out, it dropped the shield and locked up the room and subsequently died. So you have to be very careful about moving Zoltans about in a ship, but we're pausing, so hopefully we can mitigate that issue as much as possible. We also have starting weapons of 2 ion blasts and a pike beam. So we have 2 projectiles. We can be good at taking down shields through the first few sectors. Then, of course, it's going to become tricky. So the weaknesses are, 1, fires. Fires are always bad with Zoltans because they only start with 70 HP. That's kind of rough. Secondly, the ship layout is not great. We see that venting in this end of the ship, with important systems like engines and oxygen, goes through the door system. So this is particularly tricky to try and keep an eye on. Also, they're sort of bad at dealing with borders. You kind of have to drain out most of the oxygen from the ship to force enemies into the med bay, which is where you're going to want to fight. Also, we have a Zoltan crew member starting as our pilot. That's a power bar we don't currently have access to. So, Sector 1, what we're really looking for is we have a decent enough weapon system. We want to get to our second shield bubble and try and find a crew member to boot this individual off piloting and move them towards shields. While I normally do doors with my force person, I do want to make use of that power bar. We also start with Zoltan shields, as all Zoltan ships do, ability to absorb 5 damage at the start of every fight. Also stops hacking, mind control, and non-event boarding. Zoltan shields do take double damage from ion, still get hit by beam weapons, though it doesn't take damage from firebomb, as well as ASBs do ignore it. I think that pretty much covers the Zoltan B, so let's go ahead and get started. So once again, the data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next, but get to the exit before the pursuing Rebel fleet can catch up. Alright, let's go ahead and power up our systems. We don't need medbay right now. Always good to, if you're finding yourself light on power, remember, you don't actually, if no one's in the med bay for healing, you really don't need it turned on. And as I was talking about weapon systems, we do need to get that second shield bubble. So that's really where our first 100 scrap is going to go to get that online. As I said, our weapon system's pretty alright, and put this individual off. 100 scrap is a lot, but Zoltan's shield is pretty good at absorbing weapons. This is really strong in, say, easy and normal mode, but unfortunately hard mode, as is the case that we have. Enemy ships can have level 3 weapons or 3 powered weapons systems in Sector 1. Pretty gross. My opinion, Sector 1 ships are actually too powerful. They could be a little bit nerfed. Most runs seemingly end in Sector 1. Alright, so we're probably going to make it all the way up through here. We don't really need a store. Hopefully we don't run into one, because we already have the system. We want to upgrade the shields. So let's go ahead and go. Sounds are a little bit low here. Alright, so upon jump, we got a message. Greetings and welcome to our beacon. For a small fee, we shall let you continue on your way. We will reject their offer. Of course we do. We see that they have 2 basic lasers, no other systems we're concerned about. So we're going to just do double ions to their shields. Actually, no, let's switch it up to weapons. And same difference, ion weapons will hit their shield first, and then proceed to hit the system we're targeting. And ions, what they do is disable a system for 5 seconds. Just enough to get our pike beam online. So let's go ahead and upgrade my sound volume a little bit here. Okay. There we have level 2 oxygen. With ion weapons, you do have this possibility of just eyeing down oxygen to get crew kills. We don't really have a lot of hole to play with, and since I don't have a shield system to absorb shots, we're not going to be doing that for a while. 7 missiles is pretty tempting. 9 scrap is also pretty decent, but I don't need these things. So we will not accept surrender here. Okay, just going to keep eyeing down that weapon. Again, need scrap, need 100 scrap. Okay, so we get 1 fuel, 1 drone, and 19 scrap. That's a pretty decent start. Most scrap rewards are going to be in the teens. Alright, let's go ahead and go this way. Kind of want to map out the sector, sort of see. Normally you're going to find at least a single store. Alright, we do not surrender our crew to slavers. We never have, never will. Now they have a missile and a heavy laser. That's probably an Artemis. That's a little bit scary. That could be 4 damage. If it's a Lato, it's only 1. Again, 3 power weapon system likely, meaning that's going to be an Artemis. No other systems else to worry about. So let's send ions out to their weapons. But the reason we're happy to see slaver ships here is they have a tendency to offer up a crew member for their lives. And as I said, that is one of the things we want to get a hold of. Do I want to hit 4 rooms? 5 rooms, okay. Please offer me crew. What's also pretty nice is we're going to get a really fast weapon training here. Alright, we surrender. Take 1 of our slaves as tribute. If you destroy us, they'll all die anyway. So we got an NG here. While I'm not a fan of an NG pilot, I like them to run around and do repairs. We're totally going to take this offer. Okay, that's pretty fantastic. So first off, even though, let's see, it actually doesn't do anything in shields. Do I want to put them anywhere else? Alright, we'll put them indoors right now because it actually doesn't matter to put them in shields since it doesn't power anything. We'll save. So NGs are worth 50 scrap, so we lose out on the potential reward of destroying this ship. But we get arguably the best crew in the game in that they are the fastest at repairs, plus have the most blue options of any of the alien species. The downside is it does have halved combat damage, though that doesn't mean they do deal the same amount of system damage as all the other crew does. So we're still a little bit weak to borders, but at least we now have a temporary upgrade to our door system. Okay, well, let's go ahead and aid the civilian ship. Chance at double rewards here. Okay, we have a heavy laser and an ion, so that's 4 damage to our Zoltan shields. Oh, that's a little bit gross of a miss. Okay, we got some misses on their side as well. So I want to start the pike beam in their weapon system, get that offline. Now, most ships won't have buffer points in their weapon system, so you're able to figure out how much power they have dedicated to it. That is some quick repairs. Yeah, let's take that shield offline. That is very fast repairs. Is that like double NGs or something? NG into human. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Pretty clean victory. 2 fuel, 1 drone, 13 scrap. Let's contact the civilian ship, and they give us nothing. The jerks. Alright, go ahead, send him here. Hey, Tic Tac Foe, thank you for the host. How you doing? Were you doing some necro dancing, or were you hosting up Condor with commentary? Yeah, okay. Move them back to doors. I was contemplating whether I actually wanted to switch the NG to here, since I'm not using the power bar, and that's better at repairs. Might as well. So if we get more crew, I don't know, we'll see. Commentary, Biggie Mac versus Rat Racing 1-2. Well, GG's to Rats. Okay, I don't want to dive in Sector 1, even though Zoltan Shields does allow us to be pretty aggressive with dives. Sector 1 is a little bit early for that kind of thing. Okay, well, this is a pretty gross fight for a couple reasons. So we're fighting in a sun. It's going to have a solar flare that deals damage to ships without shields. It also does damage to ships with shields, but it only starts 1 to 2 fires. Without shields, it can start up to 5, and as I said, our weakness is fires. We also see they have a Flak 1 and basic laser. That's a 3-powered weapon system. Pretty icky. Alright, so we're going to fire double ions into their shield. Want to stack a bunch of ion damage to make sure that shield stays down, and then start doing damage to their weapon systems. Alright, so we should survive the first volley. Okay, still have 2 more Zoltan shields online. We are going to cut their ship in half. Okay, so the next pike swipe will actually destroy them. The real danger is this fire. Ooh, didn't time right for me. Okay, they're going to try and run away. How bad's the fire? Oh, not bad at all. Okay, only 1 fire. Right where the NG is. Oh, wait, I don't need to vent that. NG can totally put that fire out by themselves. NG's double repair speed does, in fact, count putting out fires. Alright, so pretty easy. 3 fuel, drone, and 16 scrap. Let's go ahead and heal him up. Crow Stream, Punchamp, Crowchamp. Hey, Rat, how are you doing? Okay, so we're up to 48 scrap. Again, we're trying to get to the lofty toll of 100. Get that shield online. see, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 jumps left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Survived up, played real shaky against Biggie Mac, but still 2-1, so I'm okay. Well, GG's. Ship with conspicuous pirate markings is orbiting a nearby moon. Okay, well, we just met this person. We have no idea who they are. We will attack them before they can attack us. That is the way of space. Alright, we got a missile and basic laser. Again, this is likely a 3-powered weapon system, as they have no other weapon systems. Or no other, like, subsystems, hacking, teleporter, and that kind of thing, which normally detracts from the pull points. So that's probably a 2 damage Artemis, and then this 1 damage basic laser. We'll just double ions in the shields, hopefully stack that ion damage up to hold the shields down for a long period of time. And now we'll be able to just do damage to the ship. Again, not trying to screw around, like trying to ion down the oxygen and get crew kills. Of course, are better in that they typically give you 15% more scrap plus free items. Much more likely with crew kills. Alright, got a missile, a drone, 15 scrap, that's fine. 63. Small platform orbits near a beacon. Okay, we can dock with it or ignore it. There's a chance, if I have my events correct, that we actually lose fuel here and take some substantial damage. Unless we had level 2 doors. Again, there's actually variant options on that. So even though we actually do have crew in our door system, which manning them kicks it up a level, the game doesn't count that. So we actually don't have blast doors. We're going to ignore the refueling platform, which does have a chance to get us a fight or nothing. Hopefully we get a fight out of it, and we get nothing. Alright, store. Pretty sure we have absolutely nothing to sell. Nothing to sell is correct. Said it was unlikely we actually hit a store in Sector 1. Weapon system is fine, we just need to improve our shields. Alright, so this is a pulsar. So this pulsar is going to fire this kind of ionic thing like the flare, about the same timeliness, and what it does is it eats through your shields and then hits a random system, ioning them. The later in the game you are, the more ion damage pulsars do, though it is random. If your shields are not online, it will affect 2 random systems. Pulsars are pretty much universally hated. It's very possible for them to take down your shields and then your weapons while taking down your enemy shields in, say, piloting or a non-important system, and you start taking obscene amounts of damage. It's a little sketchy for us because I don't have a backup 2 or Zoltan shield, so we saw it dealt 3 damage to my shield. That's kind of interesting. Ion damage is normally doubled against Zoltan shields. Alright. That was some bad misses. And this is a charged laser, so that's actually going to increase its rate of fire as this fight goes on. Really need to take that offline. Okay, so that's the weapon they take offline. That's fine. That's a pretty terrible offer here. We will not accept surrender. Their shield system's down, ours is down. Taking a bit of damage here. Alright, that was a mistake I made, not paying attention to the fact that their shield came back online. We're gonna get away with it, though. Always be getting away with your mistakes. It's a good idea in FTL. Some people just tell you not to make mistakes, but if you get away with it, was it actually a mistake? Yeah. So if we actually had a shield system, we could have put the Zoltans into two Zoltans into our shield and actually kind of kept it running even through the pulsar. Alright, mercenary ship hails you. Both these options are pretty terrible. The one you normally want to fight the ship to get scrap rewards. Maybe scouting the sector like really early on is good to ensure you get a lot of scrap from fights and miss out on empty jumps. You could potentially have some value there. We're going to fight this ship. It's sketchy. This is actually a pretty powerful weapon system here. They have a burst 2 and a heavy 1. So this will fire 3 projectiles at 12 seconds, doing 1 damage each, and this fires a single projectile doing 2 damage at 9. So that's 5 damage. They can, in one volley, take down our Zoltan shield and leave us very vulnerable. Okay, both our ions hit. That takes our system down for 10 seconds. Do I want to take down shields or evasion? Let's cut this way. It's less damage, but I actually want their shields to take damage. I would assume they probably have a buffer point in shield system, perhaps. But anyways, with their piloting down, all of our ions get to hit, take their weapon system offline, and now we're safe. Okay, what's over on this ship? Okay, we have a rock and a human. Curious at the likelihood of a crew kill here. I'm really terrified of their weapons. Come on, 19 scrap, 14 scrap. All right, just need 5 more. And then we'll actually be like a normal ship. Exciting times. Board station, look for survivors or scrap for some debris. All right, so we see that it's damaged and dilapidated. So this is a event which can lose a crew member, even if you have a clone bay. They will be diseased, and cloning them will not save them. So even if you have a clone bay, this is actually not safe. I absolutely can't risk any of my crew here, so we'll just scrap it for some debris, or scrap it for scrap. We got 9 scrap, and there we go. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move that Zoltan to shields, move the NG to piloting. And we obtained our 2 primary goals for Sector 1. That is, we've got a power bar by moving them up piloting by a crew member, and we got our level 1 shield. We are a little bit behind on scrap, to be perfectly honest, though. Probably about 25 scrap to 50 scrap short for a really strong sector. In part because this exit's predominantly because this exit's really far forward. We could have potentially gotten like 2 more jumps if the exit was here and another jump there, or path differently. So we were a little bit light on scrap for the sector, but again, got our 2 main goals. Hopefully can improve. Let's see, don't want to go a lot of red early. Red sectors, more combats, chance for more scrap. Green sectors have free stuff. Nebula or green sector. Yeah, let's go ahead civilian. Red sectors, those have a tendency to have a lot more boarding than other sectors. Alright, so we're in Sector 2. What do we want to do here? Well, we want another 50 scrap and the power bars for a second shield bubble. Then we might do some improvements to our engines as well. But we can start shopping for strong, cheap systems, those being hacking and mind control. Okay, Zoltan shield. Okay, so another fight. Again, probably an Artemis and an Ion here. We want our evasion max. We don't actually need our shields online until our Zoltan shield is down. Okay, let's actually not fire the pike beam automatically. There is a chance our Ion will hit their Zoltan shield, the other one hits their shield, and then our pike beam will do the damage we want. A little bit more effective. There we go. Alright, still have at least one Zoltan shield up. Oh, it's 1 damage. It's only a Lado. Okay. No point in actually... I was about to say no point in putting our shield up, but it does reduce the amount of fire starts when the solar flare goes off. Solar flare is being a pretty bad time. That's a pretty terrible offer. So when accepting offers from enemy ships, scrap is important, of course. If anytime they offer you a free item, it's almost... So anytime they offer you a free item, it's almost always going to be better than any other reward they give you because you can sell it for scrap. What you're really looking for is consumables in amounts of like 5 or 6, particularly things you're desperate. I mean, if you're low on fuel, you should accept offers of 3 or more. So we're not in a situation where I'm going to accept their pretty crummy offer there. Okay, so we're going to head and vent this room and put everyone to just try and take this fire out as fast as we can. Get shields back online. Heal up crew and go ahead and put that NG back on shields. Or, sorry, piloting, so we can charge up to get out of here. And get out of here we shall. Okay, want to make sure, always didn't do it earlier, but mapping out sectors, making sure that there are, you know, no trap jumps. Actually, see, this is connected here, but we probably want to go through here, get a couple extra jumps in the nebula before coming back down to the exit, since the nebula is going to slow down the rebel fleet pursuit. Holy crap! Weapon just floating in space. Ion charger. Wow, that's a really interesting pickup. Huh. Okay, so we already have 2 ion weapons. They fire every 8 seconds. Now this fires every 6. Or you can charge up ion shots and then fire them as many as 3. But having multiple ion weapons is... single ion weapons are not particularly strong. The more ion weapons you have, the more powerful they actually become in unison. This gives us some really interesting options. I don't know if we'll keep it per se, but there might be, if we get our second shield online, we have some safe fights. Like, these 3 ion systems we absolutely can do, like, crew kills by turning their oxygen off. And just ioning it down. Let's see. Single ship beacon, they hail you. We could really use some help. We have 13 fuel. I normally like to sit at about 14. We're in a green sector, so we should see 2 to 3 stores. Haven't seen any yet. So it's unlikely we're going to run out of fuel before we come to a store. So let's go ahead and accept this, and we get a quest marker. Alright. Right at the exit. Kind of quest markers I like. I am not going to pay your toll. I reject your offer. Okay, so they have the charge ion and a heavy laser. It's going to wreck our Zoltan shield pretty quickly. So what we're going to do is move the Zoltan here. Alright, so now we actually have this impenetrable bubble. They cannot ion down the shield, and so that means this shot will always hit the shield. And so we're actually safe during this fight. So let's switch it up and just try and ion down their oxygen and go for a crew kill here. So, again, we're going to try and go for a crew kill because we should be safe. Oh, they snuck an ion on my weapons. Go back to auto-firing. It's pretty amazing. We already have a fully trained weapons crew now. So an odd ion is going to occasionally sneak in. That's fine. That's not going to get us killed. That's probably enough ion damage for a little bit. Let's slow down their weapon system a little bit as well. We can check to see how the situation is going. Yeah, we see how it's pink. So they're losing oxygen. And now they're out of oxygen. And that's how you get a crew kill with ions. With the crew dead, we are able to take fuel out of storage. Also get to take all the scrap we can manage. 23 scrap for fuel. That is enough for that second shield bubble. Alright, so we're going to need at least 40 scrap to power that to our level of liking. It's good to go ahead and get it online right now. We have plenty of hull to risk exploring the asteroid field, so we could take some hull damage or get some free items. 6 fuel. Okay, 6 fuel is pretty decent. That is a lot of fuel. It's very easy to burn through fuel, though. What this does enable us is we can really ignore stores, because we have most of the things we want. Alright, this is a bit unfortunate. So we have a Burst 1 basic laser. That's a 3 damage weapon system. On top of that, it has cloaking. So it's going to make it tougher to stack our ion damage. So I want to hit their shield, hopefully get that down. Okay, so with the charge time on that, it will stay down. We want to take off their weapon system. I should have waited on those. We should be okay. Still have 2 more Zoltan shields online. Don't want to waste the pipe beam. Alright. Pretty easy kill. 14 scrap. Distress. So what's also nice about going to nebulas in the Zoltan ship is we're really not that affected by plasma or ion storms, which have the power in your ship. That A, doesn't affect our Zoltans, and B, doesn't directly affect our Zoltan shields. So it gives us a pretty strong advantage in those situations. Okay, we've got a beam drone and a basic laser here, so as long as we have 2 shields, we're actually fine. So we'll keep our evasion up until our shields go down, which will not take too long because of that. Okay, turn that off, turn this off. Want to make sure we have our 2 shield bubbles up. And we're fine. Alright, plus we're about to cut through half their ship. Okay, now we're safe. We'll go ahead and turn on the oxygen again. I actually really like the pike beam. It has a pretty fast charge time. It also has a very fast fire rate. I mean, you see how quickly it actually cuts across enemy ships. So even with some clunky weapon systems where you don't have the largest window to fire in between volleys after disrupting their shields, it will get in there for some pretty sizable damage. Alright, let's go ahead and get that power bar. Heavily damaged Federation ship is hiding in the nebula. Okay, let's attempt to follow them. I think either way we sort of lose the jump here. Okay, we didn't lose a jump here. Sometimes it allows the rebel fleet pursuit to increase, which is something we didn't want. Alright, so they don't seem to have an offensive drone. And if that's the case, let's go ahead and turn the pike beam off, turn charge ion on, and again we're going to go for an O2 kill here. I don't need you there. I do need you in engines because this is going to be quite the fight. Oh, right. We're in a nebula. I can't actually use sensors to see inside their ship. So with this guy fully trained, Martin's guy. Fully trained, this ion damage is going to stack absolutely ridiculously fast. So these projectiles are all firing 20% faster, so instead of 8 seconds and 6 seconds, the charge ion alone is actually firing fast enough to stack ion damage by itself. So once the oxygen is gone from the ship, the enemy crew will be forced to move into the medbay, and then we'll just ion the medbay. We see that the O2 here is actually going gray. That lets us know that we're taking it offline. And what we're kind of waiting for is this door to open. Hopefully I haven't missed it yet. That will signify that the crew is starting to move into the med bay right there. So that means that there's now no oxygen left in the ship. So it went to eye on that medbay. Wow, that's some pretty impressive evasion considering they pulled most of their crew to... Alright, that's a good amount. When it, once again, hit this oxygen. So you find a weapon system on their ship with no crew to stop you. You get to install it on your own. Night scrap and another pike beam. Double pike beam, the dream. Now, we will be keeping our current weapon setup there. I do like this, as rare as these opportunities are, getting these bonus kills, yielding extra rewards for us. Now we actually kind of want to store. We have some things we can potentially sell. Possibly change up our weapon systems. Okay, this has a missile and a drone system, so we're not going to be doing any fun ion shenanigans here. Aww. But we do have a chance at double rewards here. So let's go ahead, try to be a hero, attack that pirate. Alright, good for us. It's a defensive drone. It only shoots down missiles and flak. We don't have any of those things. So that's not going to interfere with our plans on destroying the ship. Oh, it looks like I only have 1 damage missile? Yeah. So that's only a Lato. That's also good for us. And again, we're going to hit a ton of rooms. They're having a bad time. I've provided a sufficient match for the pirates. They're powering through FTL and trying to get away. They're not going to get away. Alright, so double reward hype. 21 scrap for them. Upon closer inspection, you realize the ship under attack was a rebel scout. It's 2 damage to put up much of a fight, so we can destroy the ship and salvage it, so that's more scrap, or we could gain an extra jump. If we were score running, I guess I'd probably choose this option. I don't think I get additional points for destroying this ship here. But we're not. I don't have long-range scanners or a sector layout that lets me like have a guaranteed fight. So yeah, let's just salvage it. Another 8 scrap. Okay. What we can do is that lets us buy yet another power bar. Alright, and now we're pretty much functioning at the capacity we want to. We're a little bit low on power, everything's good now. Okay, got a distress beacon. We already know that's not a store. In fact, we haven't actually seen a store in this sector. Pretty weird. Green sectors have 2 to 3 stores. Normally, you locate a nearby human mining colony where an unknown disease is spreading virulently. Cool, NG blue option go. Sending near a crew, we could potentially lose 1. But not here. 2 fuel, 3 missiles, and another 7 scrap. Okay. There's a store. Okay, we have... looks like 3 jumps left in the sector, so we can go store, quest, and then out of here. Definitely selling the pike beam. Don't know if we'll actually come away with anything. Drone control, true teleporter, mind control. Mind control is sort of interesting. How many nebulas were along the way? So nebulas would be a problem because our sensors wouldn't work in nebulas, and then we can't mind control unless we find like a slug or a life form scanner, which is a 40-45 scrap investment. But what's good with this is, again, it enables more crew kills, plus we can mind control the pilot, enabling our shots to guarantee hit. Weapon pre-igniter, no thank you. Okay, so go ahead, sell the pike beam. Kind of really want to keep the charge laser, though. Really don't have enough to afford mind control unless I... Do I sell the charge? So the situation we're in is sort of interesting because we already have a 4-powered weapon system, so to actually improve it to get like this online over the ion, that's going to be 50 scrap. And is it that much more of an improvement over the ion blasts? Not really. So I like the mind control, so we can lower evasion, making our ion blast that much more likely to hit. It'll help us deal with borders, because we're still going to be weak against those. None of our crew are very good at fighters. In fact, they're made of the 2 worst fighting species in the game. Gives us a couple more blue options. And it's probably going to be increasingly less likely that we actually get crew kills, because they're going to start having 2 shields. And that's the other problem, though. Mind control or getting this online? Two shielded ships are the problem, so we're going to see them pretty consistently, and even occasionally 3 shielded ships. I don't know what's the best route between getting that done. I can sell this, get mind control, but 2 ion blasts are actually pretty weak on taking down shields. It's because shields have 2 reactor power, so you actually have to hit it 3 times to take it down. I actually think just improving our weapon system to get the charge ion is going to be better. That's kind of icky. Drone control with the defense drone is kind of amazing, though, too. I think we have to go with the keeping our weapon system viable right now. And this only sells, the Ion Blast sells for 15 scrap, I believe. Like, I hope we find a weapon, another weapon before we get the 75 scrap to put it online, but I don't know that for certain, so we'll just keep it around for now. It'll be fine. Okay, 21 free scrap. Gonna need another power bar. Alright, and we're just gonna hit the exit. FTL, like, a lot of the decisions really have to do with stores more so than fighting ships. I mean, it's pretty easy to pick up how to take ships apart. Occasionally you have to be creative, but it's really stores. I mean, there's a phenomenal difference between getting this charge ion online and getting mind control. So hopefully this was the correct decision. We'll see. We're going to fend for ourselves, attack and escape. Chance at scrap rewards. Okay, so this is a safe fight. And if it's a safe fight, you know what that means. Minus that we're going to have to deal with borders. So that is... So those are Zoltan shields up. I don't actually have to deal with borders. I'm curious. What kind of borders are we talking about? Okay, it is all humans. Okay, let's go ahead and just soften this up, make everything a little bit easier for us. Alright. So we'll get boarded, 1 crew. How can I fight him without, like, depowering all my weapons? So I don't think I really need the pike. Let's go ahead, send shields and engines. Okay, as long as I have 2 shields up, this is fine. Okay, so we're going to do the switch in the room. So we send the 2 Zoltans out, and then we send them back in. I had to do it the right way. This allows us to maintain our presence in the room. Keep the fight going. Okay, I want to ion down this, try and stop that person from respawning. Okay. So this is winning now for us. So eventually they'll suffocate. We'll ion down their clone bay. And then we just win. This may not be the most exciting thing in the world to watch, slowly suffocating other individuals. But this is the scrap rewards, gains, items, whatever. Every advantage has to be exploited in FTL hard mode. Okay, that oxygen system's pretty well spent. Let's now take off their cloning. It's going to be a while for the game to register the fact that they can't respawn. They have to actually die within the machine. There we go. 4 fuel, 22 scrap. Alright. Abandoned sector or Zoltan controlled. That's interesting. Alright, so this is only abandoned sector 3, which means we won't have to deal with bombers, which is the teleporting version of those ships. It does mean we won't be able to get crew kills by asphyxiation because Lanius don't breathe. And it's a little bit more dangerous. So abandoned sector is a little bit more dangerous than, say, like Zoltan controlled on the average. But we are going to go here because this could also be the abandoned sector. And at level 4, they do have bombers. And those I desperately want to avoid. So we're going to go get here to ensure that even if this is a abandoned sector, we can avoid it. Alright, so we got an exits over here, Sector 3. What are we looking for in Sector 3? Really should get at least level 3 engines. In fact, we can just do that now. So if fights are really bad, we can get out of them quickly. Still light on crew, dealing with boarders. Our weapon system is a little bit weird because we're not able to just dunk weapon systems, which is really key. I mean, we're relying on single damage swipes from the pike beam. Alright, so a pirate ship appears to be threatening a small refugee ship. Chance at double rewards. We got a heavy laser, and we do have a missile system. Okay. So we got the auto fire going. Now again, they can't board us while our Zoltan shield is up. What's nice also about getting the evasion, it's a pretty small initial cost. What was it, 15 scrap to get that. With the higher evasion we have, it makes it more difficult for them to hit our Zoltan shield, so that stays online for longer, and more evasion means we're more likely to dodge, which means we can train our pilot and engines crew faster. So it sort of exponentially works for us. Alright, how do I want a pike beam? Let's do all of that. Okay, maybe we can shift to take the weapon offline. Not going to take that offer again. We have a chance at double rewards here. I have more than enough fuel, so again, we're going to reject that offer as well. Alright, 3 fuel, 1 missile, 22 scrap. Okay, I do want another power bar, so that's for our engines. Okay. Federation science craft is docked with a few Lanius ships. Greetings! We've been attempting to understand our region's newest visitors in the Lanius. although we've been making little headway. Let's see if they have any way to help us in our mission. Free firebomb. Okie dokie. Cool. Probably just going to sell that. That actually has some interesting applications in killing crew members. Pretty unlikely it's going to be of use in the abandoned sector. Since Lania ships don't have oxygen. Now, obviously we're not going to see only Lania ships, as we've, of course, already come across a Mantis ship. But fire weapons are always tricky to utilize in abandoned sectors. Merchant ship is docked with the Lanius transport. They message you. They see if they are needed any help. It turns out they've been studying the Lanius ability to reshape metal. Okay, so it's okay to inquire about the process. That's super sketchy. Okay, so we can give them 45 scrap and to get a free augment, or 40 scrap for a drone schematic. I don't have drones, I'm not going to do that. A lot of augments aren't particularly worthwhile at 45 scrap. So all augments are sold at half value. I mean, sure, maybe we get a pre-igniter, and that's ridiculous value. But most other augments, no. Like, what other augments would I really want? Automated reloader is for 40 scrap. Okay, that's 5 scrap difference isn't too bad. Long-range scanners are actually probably worth 45 scrap. But other than that, really don't want any of it, so we'll just go ahead and decline the offer. Alright, chance at double rewards again. Ooh, they do have a drone. We don't know what kind it is. If it's offensive, this fight gets a little bit sketchier. We see they do have missile and heavy laser. So let's go ahead and try to be a hero, though. Again, we got our Zoltan shield putting in work, keeping that missile off base, hopefully. Defense drone, nice. Well, it's not a defensive drone, but it's a drone that has no impact on our offense. Ooh, and a defense drone. Wow, they had double drone. Fair enough. Okay, I'm gonna pike beam all the things. Okay, we want to try and ion down this weapon. So what's nice about the pike beam is that we're hitting so many systems. It's going to force the pilot to come off of piloting. We're also most likely going to hit engines or some other evasion system. It's going to drastically reduce the evasion of enemy ships once it lands. Nope, not interested in that offer. Okay, curious. I kind of want to see what's going on over there. We'll turn off the pike beam momentarily. Oh, that repair bot can fix the oxygen pretty quickly. Nah, let's not screw around. I don't feel like I'm in desperate need to push potentially unsafe fights. Don't want that missile to get back online. Alright, so just 21 scrap. Thank you. I'm an arms dealer that usually only works with rebels, but considering the circumstances, I will make an exception. Why, thank you. Those are weapons. Alright, so we got like the third best weapon in the game, a top 5 weapon in the game. Another ion blast, potentially more crew. Okay, so we're selling the firebomb. Boy, I want both of those. I mean, we're gonna get both of those. There's no reason not to. Okay, we'll buy the flak. right now. Everything else is fine on our ship. Okay, let's go ahead and load up the flak. So if we go flak, pike beam... I want the heavy as well. I'm trying to figure out what exactly is the weapon loadout that would be best for the fights. I mean, pike beam gives us a ton of damage. So what do I sell to get the heavy laser? I guess the charge ion. I like the charge ion. Ion blast, ion blast. That's 54. Okay, well that actually gets us the heavy laser. Okay, so we go with this as our weapon system. And pike beam we can save for late game. I don't really want any of these systems. Cloaking is amazing. 150 scrap is a pretty big investment this early on. So I don't... Not even going to try for that. Don't care about the other systems. Drone control without a defensive drone is just... bleh. That's an official terminology. Bleh. Though, if you want, and I guess what you consider exploiting or not, you actually could save the game right now, reload a store with drone control, and it always, for some reason, has a bug in the game. It always, that drone control switches to a defense drone. Though that actually doesn't work with this one, because this was a quest reward jump option, and if you reload those kinds of stores, they don't save. So two fun things. One, if you're in a permanent store, you can reload drone control to force it to give you a defensive drone with the system. And if you do try and save while at a store, that store will not be there when you come back. Yeah, I don't see a reason to sell the pike beam right now. This is, it's a pretty solid weapon system right now. Like, I mean, this weapon system, I would have very little problems going against the flagship with it. Let's power weapons and go ahead and attack them. You power up your weapons, but don't get a response. Destroy it and scrap it. As soon as you lock your weapons onto the vessel, it awakens. There's like 4 or 5 language paths with this one. Most of them end up actually having a fight. Okay, so we see they had missile and hacking. That's fine. We'll just auto-fire that charge laser. Okay, yeah, they're going to try and run away. It's not going to happen. You can actually hit, I believe it's like Control-Shift L, and you can individually select weapons to be on auto-fire. I'm just turning off weapons in between auto-firing, so my charge ion keeps auto-firing. Millennium ship hails you. Your translator struggles, spurting, prevent death, merciful, pentient. You believe they are surrendering. So 12 scrap isn't a very good surrender, but distraction buoys is. This will add us a free jump every sector. We're in sector 3, so that's an extra jump in 4, 5, 6, and 7. That gives us 4 extra jumps for potential scrap. And the distraction buoys, I think, buy for 55, sell at half that. So, yeah, we're going to accept this reward, hopefully just sell it in the Sector 7 store and get a lot of value out of it. Okay, I'm gonna think for a second here. We are in Sector 3. I mean, we have a weapon system. It's too early to really worry about something like Shields 4, but we can put points into engines and power bars, which are going to be cheap because the ship doesn't start with many because the Zoltans make up for it. But let's hoard some scrap for a little bit here. Of course, we're totally going to fight you. Go ahead, auto fire, lowering their shields. Okay, we'll flak here just so that as many shots hit as possible. Okay, here comes the hack. And it's my shields. Okie dokie, that's kind of bad. Okay, they're trying to run away. We see it's already delayed. They pulled the pilot a long time ago to start helping out with repairs. That is a terrible surrender offer. Three fuel, 2 missiles, and 25 scrap. Do I want an extra power bar? Sure. I don't need it too much because we could be toggling off the oxygen and whatnot, but I actually kind of like being at full power, particularly with Zoltans. Again, them running around, turning systems on and off. It's easy to forget, so having a couple extra power to float and move around is pretty beneficial. Okay, we could download the data store or guarantee we get 12 scrap. It's pretty late in the sector to get a map layout. I'll take the... Though there is a chance we could get a fight. What do I want? Let's see if we can get a fight out of this. We can't. But we do get 13 scraps. So that's actually better than what we would have gotten. Okay, your store... Really only get maybe one more jump out of the sector. It's a bit disappointing. Really just hoping for fights. Pike beam. And there's the mind control again. Is it worth buying a filthy human? So let's go ahead. Actually, we're going to sell the pike beam. And we are going to buy ourselves a human to be our pilot. Okay, that kicks the NG to doors. So essentially that's going to give us our door upgrade. Humans only have a singular blue option. They will train pretty quickly in that position. I feel like we're in a really strong position. That's why I'm very much okay with getting away with this. But this helps us deal with borders so much better. I mean, we have somebody that can actually fight. We can now have another person over on doors. It's going to help us control, where enemies are running around on our ship. It also frees up the NG to actually do repairs. So I see a lot of value in doing this maneuver. All right, just go to the exit. Board the station, look for survivors. Damaged and dilapidated. Again, chance at risking crew, no thank you. Just get 32 for scrapping the thing. Nice. Next sector, rock controlled or Zoltan controlled? I'm cool with going Zoltan controlled, I think. I mean, we have tons of projectiles to deal with Zoltan ships. And we got that cool delay, so we get an extra jump in the sector. Zoltan controlled are actually pretty good opportunities for scrap. They normally have nebulas, and they're nebulas that haven't been scouted by... if they don't say they're like a nebula sector in the map, then these are the ones that reduce the fleet pursuit by like 80%. So a lot of chance to... I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, we could eke out like 6 jumps in essentially what would normally be 2. We totally have enough fuel for that as well. How can I maximize this sector? 1, 2, 3. So we can almost go through here. So we'll start with the distress, work our way up here, and then try and make our way through the nebula. Might skip this nebula jump and then make our way back up. Alright, Sector 4. Okay, go ahead, auto fire on shields. Beam drones, alright, that's pretty much going to shred our shields really, really fast. And we're going to be unfortunately vulnerable to the missile here. Still, I feel too early to really worry about 3 shields, particularly since we do have the Zoltan shield. That was a pretty bad miss. That's unfortunate. Okay. NG, go ahead. We're going to open the doors. That means that this breach now is draining our entire ship versus just one room. Alright. What kind of situation do we have over there? We got Mantis and double Zoltans. Ooh, putting out a fire. That's a bad time for them. Let's take down their med bay. Okay, I'm not going to accept that surrender. Crew kill, really not. Probably isn't an option. Oh, that was like a level 3 medbay. Yeesh. Okay, we'll just kill him. 26 scrap and a combat drone Mark 1. Okay, well that sells for another 25 scrap, so essentially 50 scrap jump there. So what am I actually looking for in this sector? Yeah, now we're looking for a system. I want a system. I want either hacking or mind control. If we get up enough scrap, potentially cloaking. I don't mind defense against drone control. If with a good defense drone, 39 scrap there is really strong. Even if it's a level, so everyone should prefer defense drone 1 versus 2. Because 2 tends to get distracted by the things you don't want it to get distracted by. You want it to shoot down missiles. But with Zoltan Shield, it actually has a little bit additional value. Alright, this area's off limits. Secrecy is vital. They power up their weapons, so do we. Wow, that's a bit scary. So their first volley is going to take a while, but we see they have 2 charge lasers. So those are going to start firing 4 projectiles every 8 seconds. They also have a hull beam. Okay, so charge ion should hopefully put in work. Alright, got one of the systems offline. We're still not safe. This can hit 2 shields and then leave us vulnerable to the hull beam. Alright, and now we're safe. $25 scrap. Okay, so like I said, cloaking is a possibility with this ship. That's 150 scrap. So we're going to be hoarding some scrap for... Okay, so we got a flak 1, heavy laser, 2 shields. And some kind of drone. Defense 1 or defense 2? Defense 1 and beam drone. Alright, fair enough. So this will actually shoot down our flak projectiles, making our flak just a little bit weaker. Oh, that's a fire on their ship. Okay, we pulled the piloting, their evasion's pretty much gone. And this is going to be over really soon. Okay, 25 scrap. Turn back to your positions. No store. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Possibly here, back here, and then go up this way. 2 fuel for 2 drone parts. We have a ton of fuel. 27 fuel, more than enough. So even though I don't have a use for drones now, we might later. Okay, we got a fight here. NG escort takes you for an attacker. Retaliates. They refuse all hails. They won't even listen to us. But I can explain. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Is that a halberd beam? Okay, that is a halberd beam. That's defense drone 1, defense drone 1. Combat, and that is a burst 2. Okay, so this is a little bit dangerous of a fight. Halberd is a very dangerous beam weapon here. They have the ability to take our shields down. These are going to really make our flak weak. So what hopefully has happened, which probably did there, is one, when the flak shoots, there's actually fake flak parts that can distract defense drones, and they shoot at those. And secondly, they have a tendency to actually shoot at the exact same piece of flak. So really, 2 defensive drones, not nearly as amazing as you would like them to be. Just ioned him. Alright, so that fight went pretty smoothly. 29 scrap. Still no store. Okay, so I only need 150 scrap. See value there, and let's do piloting as well. So the reason I'm doing piloting is nebulas have these events that level 2 piloting gives you a blue option, which enables you to find free items without risking anything. And I like free items without having to risk anything. Well, hi there. You have 3 shields and a halberd beam. Basic laser and a beam drone. Fire beam drone. Okay. Really want to... So my plan is to try and take down their piloting so the rest of our shots hit. That didn't work there. We'll try again. Come on. Alright, there we go. With no evasion, the charge ion is going to destroy their shields. Now we can take down their weapon system, and we're safe. It's really hard to overestimate how disgusting our weapon system is, in that, like, we're firing volleys every 8 seconds that are doing 5 damage, with this weapon here destroying enemy shields for us. So, incredibly fast weapons. Of course, we're going to attack the ship. Why wouldn't we not attack the ship? Okay, this drone is of no consequence. Do have to knock down the weapon system a little bit here. That does have the potential of killing us. That's a terrible offer. I mean, we're just auto-firing because we're destroying ships so quickly. Okay, 3 fuel, 1 missile, and another 33 scrap. Okay, I have 179 scrap. Okay, there's a store. So we see that as long as they stay in the nebula, I can get another 1, 2, 3, potentially 4 jumps before actually having hit the store. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we're gonna get 4 jumps, hit the store. Ooh, that might be a dive then. 1, 2, 3, 4, then a full jump. Alright, let's just, can I hit it now? Alright, nebula jumps are fine and dandy. I need a store. Teleporter, okay, mind control, weapons I don't need. Here's a drone I do not need. Mind control, pretty good. Alright, so we get some blue options, mind control to drop evasion. Of course, not going to be as effective in a nebula, but that's alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nebulas also have a tendency to be more empty jumps. Let's just stick up top here. Wouldn't mind actually finding a like another store. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick up cloaking or hacking if scrap permits. Okay, we got an asteroid field, so they're going to be eating asteroids just like us. We're not going to get boarded here, so let's go ahead and move NG to scanners. Or sensors, I should say. Okay, we have double Zoltans. That's fantastic. Can't mind control them through the Zoltan shield. Cheaters. I mean, it's totally fine that they can't mind control us through our Zoltan shield. I mean, that just makes sense, but that I can't do it to them. That's really unfair. Okay, let's go ahead and get that online. Okay, they just had a really terrible time. So they have a fire going, they have asteroids going. Really don't want to eat that missile. So we take it offline. I mean, they're toast. Right, 2 fuel and 22 scrap. Go back to the doors. Let's hit the store. Cloaking. Okay, weapons I do not need. Crew I do not need. Weapon pre-igniter. I mean, weapon pre-igniter is good. But no, we're going to totally go cloaking here. Yep. Alright. So we now have a disgusting amount of defense, right? Because we have our 2 shields, plus our Zoltan shield, plus cloaking for missiles or, you know, if a mass level of projectiles come in. So we're going to be able to sustain this shield for a very long time. Our weapon system is pretty strong as well. I mean, really 3 quality weapons here. General Metric, thank you for the host. What have you been up to? We're doing a Zoltan B run. Intruders on board. Alright, so we got some intruders on board. We got a burst 1 and a burst 2. Oh, that's triple mantis. Okay, I don't want to deal with triple mantis. Okay, we're gonna just kind of make them fight each other for a little bit. Auto-fire the charge onto their shields here. Crystal B, so basically a free win. But it was viewer requesting night. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, no, Crystal B. That ship is amazing. So yeah, this run's been going incredibly well. we picked up a free charge ion, and we found a lovely store that had our Flak 1, Heavy Laser 1, and someone offered us distraction buoys to not kill them. We picked up mind control and cloaking in this previous sector. So yeah, things are looking pretty good. Yeah, you guys just fight each other. Okay, I want that weapon system down. Don't want to even deal with it. Okay, they killed their mind-controlled friend. So we're going to go ahead and send our pilot and NG to stave off this mantis. Mantis are still terrifying. Okay, I'll float some power bars, so stuff doesn't depower. Did they actually board? That's ridiculous. Okay, fair enough. You guys go here, we'll move them there. You guys go move over here. Take down that weapon system again, or not, also fine. Lost 2 of the crystals in the beginning of the run, but Sector 7 ended up being rock home worlds. Ooh. How did they destroy the system with crew there? Whatever. Whatever, I can actually now mind control them and not deal with their shenanigans anymore. Okay, you do repairs, that's fine. Zoltan's really terrible at repairs. Wow, these are pretty amazing dodges. Do they have, like, no one doing repairs? We got an NG. Alright, well, we should kill him here. Need scrap for power bars. Okay, 24. Okay, 1 power bar get. Heal up our crew. Get the oxygen back online. Alright, so all I really want from this sector now is probably level 3 shields and just scrap. Alright, we actually haven't even gotten to the next sector yet. The next sector, really just level 3 shields and scrap. And we're definitely in position for a really strong run. The only thing I'm missing that I would, like quote-unquote guarantee win, or about as close as it gets this early on, is hacking. Okay, so we have a chance at double rewards here. 2 shields, cloaking, that's fine. We will try to be a hero. That's our job, right? We're the heroes, we're the good guys. You usually don't go 6 or 7. I normally like them by about Sector 5, even though I do have a Zoltan shield and cloaking. Okay, let's go ahead and start auto-firing the charge ion here on shields. And go ahead and move you to sensors. Okay, Mantis, Zoltan, and a rock. And no way to heal. Okay, we actually have some potential for like a crew kill here. Okay, we have a really good potential for a crew kill now. Until I accidentally fired my weapons because they're on auto-fire. I reject your offer. I thought I was going crazy. Yeah, no, it gets a little bit warm and I have a window open. Sorry about that. Or I just, my viewer count was really low. That's the sound of the chat. Kind of like the idea of getting the crew kill here if possible. Mind control should be back online. I probably just have bad gating values. Alright, so we only got 2 crew left. And the Mantis is doing repairs. That's great. Mantis are terrible at repairs. Can't fix anything. Let's see how much health he's at. 27, 30. Alright, so we want to mind control the pilot. Mantis will go ahead and fight. 13 and that, yeah, so heavy laser gets the job done here. So if you don't know, weapons deal 15 times their base damage to crew. So that was 30 damage right there. Pirates are all dead. Get 3 fuel, 2 missiles, 26 scrap. There's no point in gaining extra jumps here. So we're just going to destroy that ship, salvage it. 15 scrap. Mantis controlled or NG controlled? I'm still really scared about borders, so we're going to go NG controlled. One moment. Those crickets are actually kind of hurting me as well. I'll be back shortly. Alright, that should be better. I was becoming conscious of it. Like, every time I said something funny and all I heard was cricket noises. It's the worst. Alright, so yeah, Sector 5. Shields 3, more power bars, hacking. Those would all be good things. Some crew just to help with borders would also be nice. But we're just scrap hunting right now. Data stores. Yeah, let's attempt to get the data stores. Sure, why not? Sector layout would be pretty amazing. Or not, that's fine. Okay, I do have to remember I have cloaking. I have a tendency to forget systems as soon as I buy them. Okay, what I want to do is, again, drop their piloting. Oh, they broke through my Zoltan shield just in time, like tied with the missile. I could have cloaked there. I'll cloak the missile here, though. Okay, we get our cloak. Should be fine now. Okay, 34 scrap. Oh, there's a breach in there. Sorry, guy. How trained are they? Okay, you're not fully trained. Engines should be trained, though, right? No, they're not. Alright, so actually we're going to go ahead and get a 5th engines online. That actually still won't give us enough dodge to guarantee missing, even with cloaking. Yeah, it's going to keep us about 1% shy. But I don't want to eat missiles. Hey, store. No thank you. Let's go ahead and pass on the store. Engine control, we'll probably see another 2 stores along the way. Intruder on deck. Alright, young Mantis in a chartered uniform is teleported onto the deck. He begs for sanctuary from the NG and offers to service in exchange for your protection. Alright, so we have a coin flip chance of a crew or a fight with an intruder on our ship. We have 3 options, potential rewards for here. One is that same intruder fight an NG ship. One is the intruder deals damage with a high scrap reward, and the other is just a high scrap reward. I almost always go 2. But I wanted crew for dealing with borders. Mantis are phenomenal at dealing with borders, so we're going to go with the coin flip. Hope we get a Mantis here. Probably won't. Totally get a Mantis here. Hope Spooty Biscuit isn't watching. He normally loses that coin flip. Alright, so we got a Mantis. Very cool. Mantis, you're on sensors. That is a lot of drones. That is 4 drones. Okay, should be okay this fight though. Okay, let's go power off the oxygen just for a second. I do want to take down their weapons, mind control their pilot. Wow, did not get there. Okay, stun bomb. Nobody's actually worried about stun bombs. Let's try again. Yeah, those guys are kind of wrecking my mojo here. Okay, so I should be cloaking this. Oh, okay, that's really good. Don't care about the stun bomb. I only have 3 shields. Let's go ahead and evade that. Now, they don't have a medical unit here. So, some potential for a crew kill. Programs defense drone on the super obscene. They're a little obscene. Oh, we accidentally shot down one. Fantastic. Okay, oxygen's at 39%. Shot down another one. Okay, we cloak this. Alright, that oxygen had not come back online. So many drones. Oh no! Stun bomb. I don't get heals. This is actually a really annoying fight. Might not be worth the whole damage with that burst laser too. I mean, I have cloaking, I have 3 shields and decent enough evasion. Hopefully. I think they're actually going to win via crew kill because they just beat up each other enough. Nah, it's not a bad ship. Oh, the drones are pretty stupid. Oh, keeping your blood pressure down? That is an important aspect of FTL, yeah. Okay, our cloak comes back online. Mind control again. Come on. $12 health and 14 health, so I actually only have to hit them once. think they're actually just running out of drone parts at this point. Maybe we get a mutual KO? Really don't want to lose my Mantis here. This is hilarious. Okay, I know what I'm actually doing wrong. I should stop auto-firing that chain. I should have stopped doing that a long time ago. Okay, that... Could O2 medbay... LS at 91. What's LS? Okay, so this is what's going to, yeah, we got this. This is totally going to work this time. Okay, mind control them. 3 shots at shielding. Wow, I'm kind of confused at how many shots they're actually stopping here. O2 for medbay, so Mantis doesn't get one-shotted. Oh, okay. Now I just want to win this fight. Like it's now about principle more than anything. They had another drone part. How? At least I'm getting a lot of training. Okay. So we do 3 charge ions here. We mind control the pilot. Their evasion should be really bad. We do flak here. Okay, actual damage got dealt. Wow, that's amazing. I think they were actually just like tanking damage. Unfortunately, it wasn't a defense drone that got hit. Okay, 2 shots should do it. Nope. Another defense drone down. So they have level 3 piloting then? Is that what I'm led to believe? That's how they're able to survive with damaged piloting and no actual pilot? No. No, this isn't making sense. Of course that started a fire. Well, I'm pretty sure I've hit all the drones now. Okay, now that has no piloting, do we finally get a win? Somehow no. Somehow still no win. Amazing. Okay, obviously, this is insane. Like, we're firing 5 projectiles against a mind control pilot, and still not everything hits. Yeah, we cloak. Gonna move you here, because this is the greatest pilot that has ever lived in the history of FTL at 1 HP. That's the 2, right? Of course it's the 2. Okay, we fire those 3 projectiles. Here comes our flak. Here comes this, and the heavy laser. 1 damage through. This is Sector 5? Yes, 20 minutes later, and there are no more life signs remaining on that ship. You get to strip it of useful materials. 35 scrap, 1 fuel, 1 missile. Yes. There are no moral victories in FTL, but that was actually a moral victory. Now again, it went longer because I totally should have just stopped firing the charge ion like a madman and started doing burst fires to break through their systems faster, but okay, we did all. Plus, we also got the Mantis. Don't forget that. We got the Mantis as well. So, totally worthwhile. Am I really that low on power? Okay, I'm cool with getting another power bar. 2, 3. Let's just go to the distress. Help to fix or disable it. Well, I mean, we have cloaking. We have tons of options. We're just going to go NG crew option. Normally, it's the best. Backup DNA plus 47 scrap. Well, that's an amazing reward. Thank you. Store. Let's go ahead and just hit the store. And then we'll backtrack through the sector. Clone Bay, hacking. Hey, hacking. Long-range scanners as well. Okay, gonna sell that. I need hacking more so than I need long-range scanners. Do I go long-range scanners anyways? Sure, why not? Let's just get all the augments. Don't actually need repairs. Who needs to actually fix their ships ever? Alright, go back this way, hit the top of that sector. And everything will be just fine. We will hail them. 7 fuel for 2 drone parts. Yeah, I'm just going to decline. It's not a particularly amazing reward. Okay, yes. Quest marker for 3 fuel. How far do you need to go? Really? I was just there. I can just get a couple scrap, hit the store, get repairs, and all is well. Or we can sell an anti-personnel drone. That also works. Okay, we can do this. Stuff, ignore, sell the drone, buy repairs. Okay, that's a pretty big missile. I have a cloak for the missile. I also see you have a burst too. That is an obscene cloak. Okay. Do I dodge this? I don't think I dodge it. I don't think I cloak this missile. Or, after my, oh no, I still have one hull remaining. Okay, or one Zoltan shield remaining. That's fantastic. Okay, let's shoot it here because it's a 2x2 room, so most of my flak should actually hit. Mind control. Here comes the missile. Okay, that's a dodge. We're going to go ahead and cloak under this then. That is so tempting. Hey, they fixed it. Good for them. That was a pretty gross miss. That was unfortunate. Let's go ahead and mind control them so they don't actually heal. Okay, missile system's back down. Putting one scrap. Trying to figure out how actually viable crew kills are with this ship. Charge ion and flak are probably not the best way to get, you know, crew kills. Probably shouldn't bother with them actually. I'm way far ahead. I don't need to mess with it. Let's get another power bar so all my systems are online. Okay, so we go distress, make our way to the exit. So I didn't get the third shield, which I kind of wanted to get, but I think go ahead and use that. Save the NG or get the drone schematics. Save the NG. Welcome aboard, NG. Okay, that's just more repairs. That's great. Trained in engines. It's tempting. I think we'll leave it here. Receive a distress call from a nearby engine ship. Assistance required. Danger present. Imminent destruction. We will respond. Intruders on board. Line mantis. Okay, how many mantis are we dealing with? Alright. We'll just let them beat each other up. Defense drone, basic laser, and a glaive. Okay, that's a problem. And they have hacking. So I can't let that glaive hit. I'm gonna have to use a hacking drone here to ensure that that doesn't happen. I guess we can just do evasion. So one of those is a 2. Yeah, 2s move faster. Okay, we turn off our drones. Shots sail by. We now reestablish. Level 3 engines. Okay. No point in firing this. We learned our lesson from the last time about dealing with the defense drone 2. That does nothing if we don't charge it. Okay, we got that. Hack engines. Everything else, try and hit the weapon system. Nice. Okay, now we're safe. Okay, we'll go Mantis NG, kill the boarders. Okay, we can return them where they were. Alright, this is fine. So we're gonna have these guys fight each other. Okay, 3 crew left. How much health? 70 health, 43 health, 100 health. Didn't you just say you weren't going to go for crew kills? I mean, yeah, I did say that, but I gotta learn how to do these things. If I can't do it while I'm ahead, it's going to be harder to do it when I'm behind and I, like, need to get them. I didn't even realize I hadn't actually hacked me yet. It's kind of hilarious. Okay, so we mind control the one doing repairs. That's what's going to send them to fight. Also, could mind control the pilot. Oxygen hack, well, that could be bad. Okay, I don't think that's actually bad enough. It looked like it would only be a level 1 hack, so we're fine with level 1 oxygen. This is fine. As long as the glaive isn't online, we should be okay. Yeah, oxygen returned to normal without any issue. Actually using our shots to, like, try and conceal our damage. He lived! 6 health. 69. Okay. Let's mind control them. And then we're only going to have 1 crew left to kill. Oh, that's good. Fire's amazing. 19 health, so I need 2 more shots. There we go. You find a weapon system on their ship with no crew to stop you, install it on your own. Hull smash laser. Okay. That's a viable weapon to get online, even though it's at 14 seconds and we're currently been firing at like 10 ideally. I'm not going to turn down a free weapon. To the exit. Sure, I have plenty of both of those things. Alright, Uncharted, Nebula, or Zoltan Control. Let's go Uncharted Nebula. We do have long-range scanners. Now, I can't really mind control here, but I do have hacking to lower the evasion. Okay, that is a ton of ship fights. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think we hit this one, because it's unlikely I'm going to path up that way. Then we come back down here, bounce between these 2 points, see what's going on in the middle sector. How do I get to the exit? So if we bounce all the way through here, that's plenty of jumps. Alright. I will track you with my long-range scanners. Haha! Double drones, triple drones. And a missile. Okay, but they don't have a defense drone. That's going to take a little bit of getting used to. Do riggers run? Alright, so we can actually mind control engines just because we can. Okay, I do need to cloak that. Hack engines. Really? Didn't take the missile down? That's unfortunate. Okay, now I got that missile down. Alright, so I prefer hacking engines versus hacking piloting. The reason I do this is if this ship is inclined to run away, I don't want to lock the pilot in here if they are trying to do repairs. So if we hack engines and we do a lot of damage as we are, that pulls the pilot, and then that's what's going to stop them from getting away. And hacking engines gives us the same benefit in regards to reducing evasion to 0. Cool, 35 scrap. Okay, that is another fight. Is there 2 jumps to it? No. Oh, I should have healed crew. Hey, you have cloaking. Burst 2, burst 1, and an ion weapon. Okay. Mind control is useless. Makes sense to evade here. Okay, we turn off this. As long as I can do 2 damage to the weapon system, should be pretty okay. No, they saw 5 projectiles. Yeah, that's actually the strength of our insanely fast weapon system and having a fully trained weapons person. We got 2 volleys in between a cloak. That's amazing. Yeah, let's turn off evasion. And then horribly time our shots. It's fine. Alright. Okay, there's 40 scrap. Let's go ahead and get the 3rd shield, buy a power bar, get that, make sure it's online, heal our 2 crew. Convince him of a better deal. Oh, we're just going to attack this ship. Okay, we got a heavy laser 2 and a halberd. What kind of crew do they have? Predominantly it should be Mantis, I would assume. It's a pirate scout, so I don't know specifically. Alright, if I actually wanted a crew kill here, which I kind of do, let's go off the charge laser, go hull laser, so I actually have damaging projectiles. And let's hack piloting. The case could be made that I let them actually beat my shield, board onto my ship, beat that crew member up so they return, wait for somebody else to board and really lower their health. I don't got time for that. Not after that NG ship fight. Ain't nobody got time for that. Is it really only that one crew member? Okay. Well, let's lock him into that room. They boarded? That's insane. Okay, that's fine. I'm really confused that they actually boarded in that scenario. Okay, I have to assume that's the only crew member they even have left. Okay, I do need to soften up their weapons. No surrender. Oh, their weapons just shot at my weapons? That's fun. Alright, so now I'm safe from their weapon systems. Wow, got the crew kill. Nice. 55 scrap and 5 fuel. Buy another power bar. All I need is power. So I switched to the whole laser so we actually get some damage done. Even though it does slow us down a bit. Of course, I'm not going to save hidden. We're totally going to fight. Okay, depower that hack once again. Let's get it in there. Oh, wow, I totally misplayed that. For some reason, I thought that was their engines instead of shields. It's fine. Go ahead and mind control the person in shields. Okay, let's go ahead, cloak that. There goes my piloting. An ion intruder. Okay. Let's open the doors, cloak the missile. Get them out of the room. I really prefer if it didn't go into here. This is getting annoying. Mind control. We should be fine as long as the missile's not online. We shouldn't take damage here. Again, not paying attention and had a bad hack. It should have been a fairly straightforward fight. Okay, got the ion intruder down now. No, thank you. Alright. Always pay attention to enemy ship layouts, because they are different. Think I would have known that by now. It's alright, it's alright. We got out there, didn't actually take any damage, still won. So everything is fine. Okay, that was the only breach I recall. Let's see. Navigating the fog blind, you practically bump holes with the Mantis ship. They hail you. Pah, this transgression will be overlooked. Nebula, very dangerous. Next time, humans all die. We're totally going to fight this ship. Okay, so we have this weapon. The missile is the only thing that can actually do is harm. We will be boarded. They have a clone bay. Okie dokie. So what is the most effective way if we were going to try and get a crew kill here, right? Is it to knock off their evasion? Okay, mind control the Mantis, turn off this. They're going to board. Power up hacking. Go ahead, cloak that missile. Okay, missile's offline. And O2 is now offline. That's temporary. I assume they have an NG doing repairs. Okay, the missile came back online. It is possible that the NG is focused on repairing here. I don't know. It's really hard to get crew kills when you actually can't see into the enemy ship. Who knew? So I guess the only way I could really do it is to do oxygen hacks. Alright, let's just do oxygen hacks. It makes so much more sense. I could probably actually get away with those. Okay, I want this jump. Because I have a feeling we're actually going to run out of jumps in this sector before we even get to the exit. Okay, well, oxygen hacks kind of don't matter. We will hack piloting. Of course you're trying to run away. Okay, 2 beams, halberd beam, heavy laser. So the heavy laser can take down 1 shield, and then nothing else can hurt us. We actually don't have to be concerned about their weapon system. So that's 3 plus 3 damage. Okay, so if we time this correctly, we should be able to do 3 damage to their piloting. Got 1 damage in. So it's about that timing it correctly. But at least we got a breach. So they won't be able to actually do a repair. Alright, there we go. So the piloting's done for. Because the AI cannot repair breaches, they can't ever repair rooms that have breaches in them, because the breach has to be repaired, of course, before you can actually repair a system. I'm pretty sure I just used the word repair like 5 times in that sentence. Okay, got another breach. Alright, we got a store, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, we probably have like 7 or 8 more jumps left in the sector. Once we get in here, 7 at least. So we can do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's experiencing Ion Storm, which is going to have our power. I don't really have a problem going into an Ion Storm. We have Zoltan Shield plus Zoltan, so those aren't affected by it. Let's count up our power bars, though. Looks like 17. So getting a power bar here isn't going to do anything for us. I'd have to get 2 because it rounds up. Alright. We'll just go to the fight. Okay, I really want my heavy laser online. Maximize evasion. We'll turn on the oxygen for now. Alright, yeah, they're operating one shield and a missile here. We should be totally fine. FTL charging? No, don't charge the FTL. Dag nabbit. You still charging if he's mind controlled? That's not cool. Whoa, that is some imminent. Did I have to deal 4 damage before that actually became deactivated? I'll take everything we have. They're offering me 22 scrap. Are my weapons going to get up in time? I think my weapons get there, right? I'm not going to accept that surrender. Okay, well, fire also works. 39 scrap. Advanced Rebel automated ship remains stationary. Small Rebel space station, however, without functioning sensors, it's impossible to tell what's inside. I will attack it to get to that station. Cool. Cloaking, burst 1. It looked probably a heavy laser 2 then. So we cloak the initial volley. Probably should power up other systems now that I have them back. Always be powering your systems. Mind control. Cloak right off the bat. Can I get away without actually having to use a drone part here? It'd be nice. It's about the only thing I'm actually concerned about. Okay. Can't cloak. Good dodge. Okay, cloak's back up. They can't repair their piloting. Oh, I didn't even see the missile fire. GG. Okay, 33 scrap. Investigate the ship. Burst laser mark 1. Okay. So that's clearly better than the whole laser. That gets us back our quick firing sequence. It just shaved off 3 seconds of firing time. Believe we have a store coming up to spend all of our wondrous scrap at. Okay, so let's save up for that. Not really looking for systems per se, but of course we're going to attack the pirates. Always be attacking pirates. Let's go charge Ion to bring down the Zoltan shield faster. Okay, there goes the Zoltan shield. Burst comes back online. Missile. I think we cloak here. Rearrange the weapons a bit. Okay, so we're going to hack. Want that to hit as many systems as possible. Probably have to take their weapon system down. Level 3 oxygen. Okay. It's good to know. Okay, so we have our work cut out for us to try and take down this oxygen here. Need the hack to come back online. Terrible offer. Okay, that's fantastic. So the oxygen is offline, and this fire is going to burn the oxygen out of that room for us. So now we wait. They only have one hole remaining. I don't know if that fire is going to kill them or not. Oxygen's at 34%. Okay, he's given up on it. The missiles come back online. That's a bit unfortunate. I got one more cloak left. They have a med bay. Never mind, we can't win. Oh, we win. We just can't get a crew kill here. Too much hull damage. 24 scrap and a Pegasus missile. Okay, well, that's gonna get sold at the store. Things I do not need. Automated reloader. Automated reloader. Okay, Pegasus we're selling. Hull laser we sell. I'd rather get the charge online versus that. We're in Sector 6. So this is good for one more jump versus getting the automated reloader. I think the automated reloader has way more value at this point. Ignore everything else. Okay, let's go ahead, get the charge ion online as well. Now all I really need is level 4 shields. And then we can just put buffer points and everything else, and we should be fine for the flagship. Alter their opinion. Do I want more crew? Don't want any another. Is it just greedy to take another automated reloader? I don't think it matters. I don't think it makes a difference. Let's keep long-range scanners. We'll buy the Mantis, though. Had room for one more. Just more help against borders now. I have double Mantis to do fighting for us. Seems like a pretty solid investment. Alright, we hit these 2 jumps, then the exit. And everything is fine and amazing. through scrap. Anti-combat drone. Next sector. Do I want to go to another nebula or rock-controlled? Rock-controlled are super dangerous. I mean, I have long-range scanners. I have a ton of fuel. I want fights. Let's go long-range, or let's go rock-controlled. Probably a terrible idea. Okay, got a distress with a ship. Sun and asteroids. Alright, so yeah, level 4 shields, all I'm really looking for at this point. And we might dive, get an extra couple jumps out of this sector. I don't really need the storm. Okay, intruders on board, plus more intruders, plus cloaking, plus pretty gross weapon system. Okay, double rock, need double mantis. An argument could be made that we actually hack their teleporter and get everybody off our ship, because we're going to be kind of overrun with rock. We have a ton of projectiles here as well. And this is why rock sectors are scary. Okay, let's cloak, mind control, and then everything at their weapons. You kind of need to get out of there. Okay, it's fine. Medbay's online. Just using this as a distraction. Really should have auto fire off at this point. Okay, weapon system down. Fine, everything is okay now. Really? Okay, let's switch them in the rooms. Okay, what are we looking at? 1, 2, 3 crew members. Not a lot of hull left. Okay, don't need that, don't need this, not using it. Alright, pretty easy. We can just heal up here and the next volley should kill them with no problems. Minus the absurd amount of misses. Alright, 39 scrap. So already that Mantis putting in work for us. Okay, big missile behind cloaking, because always. And a small missile. Okay. Plus double ions. Probably want to do a hack here just to ensure that I get as many of those missiles offline as possible. Okay, fire our shots. Oh no, wait, let's wait for the hacking just a little bit longer. Mind control the pilot. So it's 180 scrap for shields for Sun, Asteroid. Just want fights and scrap. Try and save on hacking while I can, but... Okay, so we got a Flak 2, Heavy, and Burst. It's unlikely we take damage from these, and we just cloak this. It should be okay. Even though that's like a level 3 cloak. Okay, again, cloak this. Go ahead and mind control pilot. Okay, Firestarter where the NG is. We'll use second NG, put that out really quick. Come on. Might as well cloak that. Okay, that we can just vent. I'm gonna take this jump so I can actually get. We should get about 100. Should be over 180 scrap after this one, or not. Oh no, yeah, we can totally do a fight here. Tell them God sent them to join your crew. This always initiates a fight. It's what we want. I want to do improvements, which I couldn't do in those events with like asteroids and suns. Okay, ion, and a Flak 1. Okay, that's pretty understandable as a weapon system goes, without being like disgustingly gross. Level 1 oxygen as well, okay. Alright, so I think we actually cloak the ions. Hack the oxygen, even though I apparently forgot to charge my hacking. Alright, we're gonna get a crew kill here. I have to get a crew kill here. Just waiting for my hack to come online, go for the O2. Okay, we can send a Mantis, we send the other Mantis and the NG as well. I needed that to not have missed. Not needed, I would have preferred that didn't miss. Okay, so they probably aren't going to board me anymore. I just need shots to actually hit. That would be kind of fantastic. Let's see if we can actually get that to happen. Nope. Mind control pilot. Wait a minute, what? Oh no, that's oxygen levels. For some reason I actually read that as evasion. I cannot figure out how I'm not hitting this ship at all through 3 shields. I have five projectiles and mind-controlled him, plus their shield should be down, and I'm not getting anything. While they are able to constantly ion down my shields with very little problem. Okay, we do that. We mind control their pilot. Please actually drop their evasion. Yes! Shots actually hit. That's amazing. Okay. That's all I asked. Every once in a while, something actually gets through, deals damage to my opponents. I'm not taking that surrender. It's fine. Alright, yay. Oxygen's at 33%. Crew's pretty beaten up. Clone Bay is offline. And if we can keep the Clone Bay offline by mind controlling the repair. Should actually be fine. Yeah, it was so worth it. I know, I guess I'm having a lot of trouble getting the charge shots and the flags to strip their shields. Like, I think the flak are hitting, which kind of negates the ion damage being dealt. Shields 4. Now we'll get 10 hull repair at the end of the sector, so that should be all I need for... Not all I need. So store isn't like a must. Okay, just gonna cloak this, gonna hack evasion, and kind of stop messing around with stuff, because it's just not going so well. I mean, look how simple that is. It's not like I need a high amount of scrap or anything. Okay, so you don't have cloaking, you just have a missile, 3 shields burst. Okay, so the missile's the only thing I actually have to worry about here. Okay, we'll dodge that. Okay, 3 shots there. Mind control the pilot. Flak this way. Alright, Okay, I still have enough Zoltan shields to deal with the missile. Still do, I just need one. Okay, don't have to worry about the burst again. As long as the missile's not online, 4 shields is good enough to deal with the rest of their weapons. Alright, got 1 crew kill. Oxygen level at 27%. Alright, now we need enough hull to actually do damage here. The fire sucked the oxygen out of that room. Once he repairs it, we can hack it from the rest of it. Okay, they're now in trouble. Okay, 3 fuel, 58 scrap. Okay, we're going to skip that jump. Any jump that is a sun without a ship is a boarding event that always yields no scrap. Okay, you have boarding, clone bay. Always missiles. You and your missiles. Missiles aren't going to deal as much damage to my Zoltan shield as those 2 weapons. Another level 3 oxygen system. Just in time. Okay. Take down this oxygen. Weapon system can no longer hurt us. Two. 42 is 3 shots. Alright. Cool, 3rd pike beam. Is there a store I can actually get some repairs at? Just to top off before we go on to the next sector. Do I want more Zoltan crew? 51 for a Zoltan. No thank you. The only one I would run in place is my human, and that's currently my pilot. That seems like a bad idea, so let's not hire anyone. Hey, Spooty. Thank you for the host. How are you doing? Spooty Biscuit. If I recall correctly, you were doing Mantis A runs. How'd that go? Super professional FTL streamer. I don't know about super professional. Mantis A, congratulations. Mantis A is it's one of those deceptive ships. You think it's like really amazing, like looking at the surface, but it has a couple glaring weaknesses. Learn some lessons the hard way. Yeah, the big thing is two-person teleporter is very difficult on hard mode, and hacking and fires are incredibly bad. When going for crew kills, make sure the ship doesn't have one hull when taking out the clone bay with boarders. Yes. So we're already in Sector 7. We're rocking the Zoltan B. At level 4 shields, 7 power weapon systems. 3 bonus systems right now are cloaking, mind control, and hacking. Got a full crew. Got double Mantis to deal with boarders. 3 lovely Zoltans, 2 NGs for repairs. System-wise, we got the Burst 1, Heavy Laser 1, Charge 1, Flak 1 with long-range scanners, automated reloader, and of course the ever-so-trusty Zoltan Shield. That's rough. Yeah, all been there. I've personally, shot at ships with my own crew on it. Banding board altogether in the last sector. Yeah, the B and C, with the 4-person teleporters, is much more viable. Again, 2 is just really rough. Pre-igniter, burst laser 3, burst laser 2, flak 1. That works. Can I have a store? Sure. Let's go to the store. I mean, you're going to wow me with anything particularly amazing as I accidentally buy a weapon. Pike beam, charge ion. I'm going to keep the charge ion. Backup battery, drone control. What's my power situation currently at? I don't really see the need to buy the backup battery. I mean, I have 5 power bars I could buy into. So buying the backup battery just gives me another system they could hack. I do have some systems I could temporarily put power into. Plus lets the Zoltans for stealing it. So let's just get repairs. Okay, go ahead and why not? Clone Bay is almost an interesting option. Let's go. Do I want to go Clone Bay? Nah. So Clone Bay would be interesting because, again, my crew is kind of weak to boarders. A lot of them are very squishy. But, I don't know. Maybe that's like overthinking at this point. Which would be a first. I've been underthinking quite a bit this run. Board the station looking for survivors. This is the third time we've had this event, and the third time we're going to say no to potentially losing crew, and even if I did have a Clone Bay, I would still lose the crew. Yeah, 60 scrap. That'll work. The last stand. You arrive at an outpost close to the Federation base. Your access codes get you past initial security, and an officer sets up a direct feed to the Federation base's wardroom. Admiral Tully speaks first, saying, "What is the meaning of this? Who are you?" "I'm Batman." Your explanation is met with murmurs of cynicism and disbelief among the officers. General Terzal of the NG Brigade speaks up. Intel suggests potential counter to rebel technology. Risk all or save none. Yes, Batman is in fact the potential counter to rebel and all technology. Do you have most of the events memorized? Outside of Abandoned in Crystal Sector, sure, but there are these occasional, like, blue rare events. I will forget. You can always just look him up on the wiki. We explain the weakness of the enemy fleet, that we're Batman. Until he responds, it is settled. These rebels will be here in a matter of moments. We will do what we can to hold off their weapons, but Batman must succeed in destroying this flagship. Your current outpost can provide you with repairs and fuels, not like you'll need them. Good luck. Again, don't need that either. This is fine. Oh, there's a Sector 8 store, there's a base, there's all these repair stations we will not be visiting. Alright, so what do we really want? Do we just need buffer points? I'm going to say we just need buffer points. Go ahead, get level 2 oxygen, just buffer points in all those systems, 2 power bars for funsies, and improved doors. Okay. So we're just getting predominantly these points so that if our systems take damage, they operate at the level we want them to. By taking damage, I mean predominantly eating missiles. We should be fine. This should be a relatively easy flagship kill, but I've thought that before and been wrong. Thanks for the follow, Mark Zon. Okay, Rebel flagship. Oh yeah, you know better than me on this. It's happened. Okay, so we got a defense drone Mark II, drone 1. Not terribly frightening weapons here. And they do have hacking, though, so we're not going to mess around. Okay, we turn off the hacking. Let that shot sail by. Actually, this is going to be rough. We might not be able to squeak it in. Alright, we got there. So yeah, turning drone on and off, much like if your computer has a problem, fixes everything. We're replacing, let's see, actually found another burst laser 2 with that weapon set up. Kept going, burst 2, flak 1, 2 better. It's probably not a substantial difference. Like, I would say that the burst 2 is objectively, I guess I can't say objectively, is better than the flak. Particularly since the timing isn't too much of an issue. It gives you targeted shots. I really like the flaks more so because it hits the shield at the same time if you have like beam weapons going multiple flaks. Also in phase 2 the flagship fight, the defense drone can target your flak shots. But you're going like, do I go with the third best weapon in the game or the second best weapon in the game? I mean, it's probably not going to make a substantial difference. Okay, let's go ahead and mind control that pilot. We're going to get hacked in our cloaking, and everything else is just going to try and take down their weapon systems. Okay, a couple evasions. This is what we cloak. Vulcan is the best. Vulcan is right. Burst Laser 3 is ranked as my least favorite weapon in the game. Ooh, no. Burst Laser 3 has a use? I mean, Chain Ion for me is just complete and total garbage. That weapon is ridiculously awful. I hate dealing with multiple drones. We've been dealing with a lot of drone ships and mixed results. What's the best weapon in FTL? The Advanced Flak 1. That weapon is stupid. I mean, I know it's only found on the Lanius B, but that is so filthy. 1 power, 8 seconds, 3 projectiles. Oh, I really don't want you guys getting away. One power 2-shot laser is pretty damn good. Yeah, no, most of the like specialty starting weapons are kind of amazing. Anytime you're doing 1 power for 2 shots, or the like the mini beam. I mean, 1 power to deal upwards of 4 damage on ships is kind of bonkers. I will not accept your surrender. Okay, they have a fire on there. That's a bad time, so they're really not going to get away. I mean, I don't really have anything to sell at the store except long-range scanners. The integration of Twin is something like, often used by merchant ships who can't afford anything better. Yeah, I would, for those 4 power weapon system, 8 projectiles, that's pretty snazzy. We got a clone bay, teleporter, looks like a flak 2. Wow, flak 2 and the burst 3. Level 2 oxygen. Go ahead, mind control the pilot. Start hacking the oxygen here. Oh, that was an unfortunate miss. Sure, we can cloak this. So if you didn't know, hacking actually continues on even after you break the system. Okay, 2 humans versus 2 mantis. Good luck. I want you to know I believe in you. Sure. Oh, don't charge your FTL. That's a jerk. Had something weird at some point at times. Automated ship that had a charge ion, max charge in front. I have seen that before. Like, it's this weird thing with, it had cloaking. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but alright, just gonna blow up the ship. Again, really not hurting for, like, crew kills or scrap at this point. It is, like I said, it's a known bug. I do not know what actually causes it. That's like a dark twinge question. Or perhaps Billy Kirby. Okay, missile, bomb, 4 shields. Let's just make this easy. I like easy. Hacking evasion is easy. Mind controlling people so they can't do repairs. Oh, there's a fire. Okay, 32 scrap. Gotta get those extra jumps in for the flagship fight. Can never have too much scrap. No scrap there. Alright, you arrive near the Federation base to find the bulk of their fleet skirmishing with rebel forces. You hang back near the far side of the moon to avoid the conflict. There's not much you can do to help in this battle, and your mission holds the key to turn the tide of war. Prepare to face the flagship. Alright, so we have 150 scrap to spend. All the systems are pretty much powered the way I want to. So let's get level 3 hacking. We can do things with that. We'll get sensors improved. That way, even if they're not manned or take damage, I can still mind control in the enemy ship. And might as well improve evasion. This should be, like I said, pretty easy win. Ideally, what we're going to do here is hack shields and try and kill as many crew in there as possible using mind control or just straight weapon damage. It'd be really good if we start a fire. Heavy lasers are amazing for starting fires. For some reason, it does say it only has a low % chance. It's actually 30%. 30% chance to cause fire, 30% chance to breach. I think it's also like a 10% chance of stunning. So yeah, this should get the job done. We're gonna wait. Now this is perhaps the bad thing about the Zoltan shield is it will delay the flagship's hacking, and if it hits us in the weapons, it creates an unfortunate situation where like the timing allows that the hack is off sync with the enemy ship cloaking, and it means our weapons don't charge. So hopefully that doesn't happen here. Sure, we can go ahead and cloak this. Alright, let's go ahead and mind control the pilot. Now, they only have level 2 engines, so the mind control pilot is going to essentially drop their evasion from 30% minus 5 and 2%. So 5% for the man, 25. It's going to be about 20% evasion. So, yeah, a lot of our shots are going to hit. Ooh, I got pretty good dodges there. What's also really great is our weapon system is disgustingly fast, particularly with the automated reloader. Ooh. I didn't actually expect them to cloak in time. Oh, they hacked my cloak. Okay, power the battery, get to level 2 oxygen. We should be fine. Ideally, what I want to try and do is kill as much crew during phase 1. It's going to make the later phases a lot easier. I missed a chance at mind control there. Oh no, they're hacking. The triple dodge. That's amazing. Okay, we can cloak this. Alright, no damage for phase 1 flagship fight. Not bad. Oh. Oh, Renonier. Hello. How's it going? Alright, 22 scrap. Yay. Okay, let's put oxygen back into our ship. Level 2 oxygen, really important for fighting the flagship. If it gets hacked, the level 3 hack can asphyxiate your crew. Level 2 oxygen is the minimum to prevent that. Also in phase 2, there's going to be a breach when a boarding drone enters our ship. If you open up all the doors and have level 2 oxygen, it will negate the air loss from a breach. We're just going to sit here and chill out. What we want to do is have the flagship fight us at the base for phase 2. That way in phase 3 we can jump into it. This enables what's known as kidnap strats and leaves the base a safe jump to always return to if the fight goes bad. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 potential boarding crew remaining. Do I hack shields here again? Try and get more crew kills? Sounds like a plan. Hey Elad, thanks for the good luck. Should have it. Should be fine. I'm not too worried about borders. Again, we have the Zoltan shield. We have a pretty amazing weapon system here. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay, we only want 1 power going. Those drones are going to wreck our shield pretty fast. There's the shot from the defense drone. We turn that off. We turn it back on. Go ahead, use the battery. Get that power to full. Start draining their shields right now. Okay, we'll just flak here. Mind control this jerk. And put the charge ions into the shields and everything else to try and take down this missile. Need to do 3 damage for the missiles to go offline in phase 2, as is phase 1. So we got our 3 damage in there. There's the boarding drone. We're going to go say hello to him with a mantis. Okay, here comes the event, which is what we want to cloak. And we'll go ahead and we'll cloak it a little bit early. Alright, so that means it'll definitely be up again when we need it to for the second event, if the fight lasts that long. Okay, event's coming again. One, two, three, four, five. So, fun fact. These are seated. The drones during the events, they actually don't change every time they go off, so whatever you faced in the first time is the exact same number of drone, or the exact same drone types you face in 2. Also, destroying the drone system doesn't actually take them offline. They operate exactly like a pulsar or an asteroid field. You're at 100 health, you're at 94. I'm gonna wait for all the drones to go away. Get that level 2 oxygen going. Alright. Another phase, not taking damage. Yay. Trick is going to be this next phase now. It looked like they had at least 2 crew remaining, so that's only 1 border. That shouldn't be a problem with our Mantis. What improvements can I do before that? I guess power bar is going to be the most useful. Okay, we can close doors. Again, borders shouldn't be an actual problem. So again, we're going to jump into this flagship fight. So if things go poorly, we can jump back to the base safely. Alright, there's 2 crew. Now they can't board us while our Zoltan shield is up, and same goes for them. They now have level 6 engines though, so they're going to be dodging our shots like a fiend. Charge Ion's going to put in a ton of work though. Should be destroying their shields with relative ease. As far as any weapon goes in this situation, this is probably the one I would want. So yeah, we're just going to auto-fire and hope for the best. So this is unfortunate that there is another crew member. That's another 5% evasion we have to deal with. I don't think I can cloak this. I have to wait until the event. Okay, still have 1 up. Okay, we can. They have level 3 mind control, which can be canceled with level 1 mind control. Haha. Okay, this is what we're gonna want to cloak. Alright, we're cloaking them. We're going to hack the missiles here. He continues in taking names. I just got here. Yeah, well, so we're in phase 3 of the flagship fight. This is perhaps a little bit greedy, trying to take no damage here. Okay, here comes the border. Into piloting. That's a bit gross. The Mantis will say hello to him. Okay, so we got the damage in, pull the piloting. That's going to reduce their evasion, though they do have level 3 piloting. Let's go ahead and do a level 2 hack here on the missile system. Hope my evening's going well. I think it's going pretty well. Trying to get the no-hit here with the flagship. Okay, we dealt with the border. Mind control our guy once again. Not dealing with these shenanigans. Oh, that's a good fire. Let's take away their evasion. Do another level 2 cloak. They're about to have a very bad time. Okay, that system's offline. Do I have to mind control? And that should be it. Cool. Flawless flagship fight. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I actually have a pretty high rating of the thanks for the GGs. The Charge Ion. It essentially could stack damage by itself with a fully trained crew, so that lets you strip shields, and really good for phase 3, dealing with that Zoltan shield quickly. Another really good strategy, it's worth pointing out, is the hacking of the missiles with cloaking. So if you can hack the missiles with a level 2 hack, that delays their firing enough that your cloaking will come back online. No, that's going to be the only run. I normally only manage to run night. It's about 3:20 in the morning for me. Sorry. I'd like to see Atlantis or Crystal if you don't mind. Yeah, like I said, unfortunately, that's going to be the only run for the evening. 58-41. "48 ships defeated, 1924 scrap, 101 jumps." That's pretty decent. I did scrap out a wingless one.